Hello there everybody, welcome to Nogard's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making Milanesa. It is beef that is breaded. So first we have to make our mixture of flour. We're going to add 2 half cups flour and we have to season that. We're going to season it with a bit of pepper and some seasoned salt. I use lawyer salt, but you can also use normal salt. Okay, we give that a little mix. There we go. We want this to be the flour to be well seasoned, or else your meat will be flavorless. Now over here, we're gonna add 2 eggs and a bit of milk. We're gonna mix this. There we go. We want it to be a little bit more liquid. Good enough. Now let's add a bit more salt here and a bit more pepper. Let's mix this up. Now over here we have our breading. You want it to be not so flaky breading. And what we do is grab the meat, cover it in the flour, well covered. Go make sure to get everything on it. Now, okay, so we have our meat there. We're gonna add a small layer of breading. Grab our meat, put it through the egg, get it completely covered. Now get as close as you can so you don't spill. Put it on the breading. Breading all over it. There we go. That's a nice coat. And since we haven't heated up our pan yet, we're going to let this put on the side. Okay, so after all that cleanup, we have our oil on, low heat. We want it to heat up. And there's ways to know if your oil is ready to cook or not. One of them, that is the one that I use, is just putting your hand close to the heat. Once you feel the heat coming out at a certain degree, you know it's hot. Another one is to see how liquid the oil is. And if it's as liquid as water, that means it's hot enough. And the last one and easiest one is just to grab a little crumb of bread, throw it on there. If you hear it start sizzling, that means it's ready to, it means the oil is ready to cook your meat. So let's just wait until the oil heats up. Oil's hot enough. Let's make the test with the breadcrumb. Let's go a piece, and if you can see that, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm gonna be quiet for a while. So that's what we want. That's when we know our oil is ready. So we're gonna add pieces of meat. We want to lay them down evenly on the oil. We're gonna add 2 of them. Smaller one. There we go. There we go. Be careful. It's hot oil. So I don't think you want to be doing it with your hands like me. If you want, use some tongs, anything you have at your disposal. Here we have a plate with napkins, because once they're done, we're going to put it on top of this so it soaks up some of the oil. That way they're not as oily as they could be. But if you don't mind, just leave them with the oil. I prefer to have it not that much oil on them. So we center them. We want everything to be cooking evenly, and we let them sit. Raise the heat a little bit, and let's just wait about, I'd say 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, so you see the edges here, how they're turning brown? That's what we want in the meat. We want it to be brown. And if you're still not sure with that, what you can do is grab your tongs, kind of pick them up, check them. It's a little light. We want it to be a darker brown. We want our bread to be crispy. That way it's crispy in the outside and it's soft on the inside. Okay, so we can see here now the brown is going to the top. That's when you know for sure you have to turn them around. Now just make sure when you're flipping them, do it slowly, that way you don't get rid of all the breading. So flip them, press them down with the other one. There we go. Oh. This one. And since this is a lot of heat, your meat will dry. So in order to keep that from drying the meat, we put on a lid to keep the moisture inside. And another 3 to 5 minutes, and they should be done. You see all this is filling with water? That's all the moisture of the meat. That's why we put the lid on, so it doesn't evaporate. That way it condenses on the top, falls back right back down. Meat stays juicy. Okay, there we go. Careful when you take off the lid. Make sure to always take off the lids away from you. That way the hot steam doesn't burn you. And now we check it on the bottom. Yep, see that? Brown coloring, that's crispy, good. We want the same thing on this other side. So now, just grab them, put them on your paper. Also this one. There you go. You have your breaded meat. Okay, here we have it, the breaded meat. I made a side of beet and carrot salad, and that's the Milanesa. Now leave a like and subscribe if you liked it, and leave in the comments down below any other recipe you would like me to try.